Okay, the work from home really, really ruined us as Americans. It really actually hurt us more than it helped. So you might think, why would I say that? And you'd be like, this is absolutely insane. But hear me out, hear me out. So I've been out eating yesterday, and all of a sudden, I walk in and I see a nice little fellow sitting there on the iPad facing me. And I was like, what is that? That is a virtual order taker from overseas. Where he was from, I think he was from Pakistan or somewhere like it. And they had a wall up from the company else background, and they spoke fluent English, and they said, "What would you like?" And I said, like, "Oh, so you're gonna take my order?" It's like, "Yeah, I'll take your order." So I was there, and I was like, "Okay, I take number two, number three, and give me a drink." And so he took in the order. It went to the credit card reader, and it said, "You can pay now." So I said, "Okay." So I paid, got my food, and somebody just handed me the tray afterwards, and I was done. So that brought me to attention. It's like, that is crazy that restaurants can do that now with the globalization and work from home, right? So what am I trying to say is, well, I also read an article that um, John Deere is letting a bunch of people go. They don't know yet, but they're letting a bunch of people go. So I'm like, why would a company like John Deere lay off a bunch of people? They build tractors, they keep, the newer tractor you get with, satellite and all this, they help farmers out make more money, they can plow more crops. So I'm looking at it like, why would a company like John Deere go and close down shop and, and say we're going to lay people off? So then the first comment is the first comment that somebody said is they're moving their plant to Mexico. So then I was like, that's interesting. Comes, I scroll another few times on on YouTube, and then I hear a president candidate talking about how other countries that cannot import stuff into the United States build a plant in Mexico, and then they can import it. So I was looking at it like, I see a common theme. I see a common theme. And when I look at the chart on how much profits are, I have it right up here for corporations, I might know why now. It is in the corporation's very, very best interest to make the most amount of money. And they want to have the least amount of expenses with the most amount of profit. So how would you achieve that? Well, these are two really great examples, right? You outsource manufacturing to Mexico where they're highly skilled. And second of all, you let go of the workforce that's actually in your city, in your area, that wants 20 something dollars an hour with tips, and replace it with somebody that wants $3, right? So there you go. You just cut your hourly cost for a cashier, depending on how many hours he is there. So we do eight times 20s, $160 US. Then you got to pay all the fees. You got to pay the taxes, withholdings, that if they're full-time employees, benefits and all that. 8 times 3, that's $24, right? Maybe it's 15. Maybe it can't be 15 because then it can get an American. Probably $10. So I'm gonna put the website right here. This is not an ad, but I'm gonna check out right now how much it actually costs. How much for a virtual restaurant cashier? So yes, a virtual cashier makes $3.75. So so I was close. So it's $3.75 when you type that into Google. So that is absolutely crazy how the difference is, right? The delta from hiring American to hiring somebody from overseas. But I get it. The corporation needs to make money, and you as a business owner need to make a profit. So that comes to the expense of the worker here, right? And so I keep looking at it, and it's like, man, we're letting all these great people go here, And I know so many people that not been let go. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think, because it is so crazy to me that so many people got let go. So many people got let go. And now I wonder, you can get a great education now around the globe. So you can get qualified people that usually, some people, from India, and as I did, come to the United States and get educated. And then if you find a wife, you find a job that will sponsor you, you live in the United States. But if you can't do any of that, then you're going to go back home and you're going to be a doctor or whatever you decided to, study, from a Western university. So you're highly educated and you're trying to, make it in the United States. But that didn't work out. So you went back home, but you have a US education. So now that allows you to actually take a little bit more of a higher paying job, and not a great job by US standard, like making 100,000, but one that's making a quarter of that, but for your home country where you live is huge, right? So, and I see that too when you hire other people from other countries, like virtual assistants and whatnot. You can see the spread on how much they think a good salary is compared to what you think a good salary is. So now, all these people that went home because they couldn't secure a job, now just get during COVID, after COVID, these CEOs were probably like, hey, we can outsource most of it. We can outsource all of these people. And with the move of AI now, we can outsource even more, because there's live translations now where you can actually talk into your own device with English, and it will translate it into whatever. I think they have 100 languages now at Google, that will translate it directly into their languages and just have it be done. Have AI translated right then and there. I have not tried that. I might try it out because it just got activated on my Google Meetings account. So now you can get that down even cheaper, because you can actually have, you don't need somebody that needs to speak English at the register. You can have somebody speak a completely different language, and you can just, swap the languages and be done with it. So if somebody comes into your restaurant and they don't understand English, only Spanish, that guy behind the screen can just press a button and then the thing spits out Spanish. Or if you have somebody from China, you just click the roll, Chinese, boom, and you're done. So, and the person that should have that job, that's living in one of these houses in my city, is actually desperately trying to find a job, right? And so all these CEOs that are like saying like, hey, we're going to outsource, it's coming at a huge cost of your community, of your people. And at one point, I hate to say it, but universal income is going to be a thing probably, because now when you look at it, with the advancement of AI, in 5 years, what can AI not do? I just saw about a day or two ago an AI automated roof shingle layer that kind of lays the shingle on there. You tie it up there, and with AI and picture image stabilization, it will actually start doing the roof without anybody being there. So it used to take 4 guys to layer on the roof. Probably now only takes that machine probably 2 days, and it can work throughout the night, or however long it's going to take to lay that roof, because it doesn't matter for if it's night and day. You just need somebody to stock it, and it can probably do that by itself in the next few years. You could probably put a pallet right below the roof, and it will then go up and pick more up, and it will tell you if there's an error code, and you can troubleshoot it from everywhere. And so, yeah, this can get real wild real soon. And then all these business owners, all these businesses are going to have either one employee or no employees. And I know with Amazon, what Amazon said, oh, it's AI done, and then 1,000 Indians were doing the automated scan checkout. Yeah, that might have not worked, and they might scrape it, but it's going to come back. I think even at grocery stores, there's going to be AI powered screens. It's coming to my Albertsons or Smiths, where you just walk past and you can ask it, "Hey, where's coffee?" and then it will spit it out. It's at aisle 4. Or you can ask it facts like, "Hey, what does this have in it?" and it will then spit it out, and you can see it right on the screen. So it's going to be really, really crazy, and it's going to be really good, because people that have been stealing at stores at one point will say, "Hey, take a picture of your face before you get into the store, and if you can't take a picture into the store, we're not going to let you in because you did something. So if you steal and he catches you, it will take a picture and it just won't let you in again. It will say you have an outstanding balance of $45, and that's it. And if you pay the 45, we'll let you back in, and if not, then not." So we're in for a bumpy ride, because other reports on the news have actually been saying that the hybrid job postings went down 90% on Indeed or something, and remote jobs went down 60%. So just telling you, you guys got to pay off the debt, got to be smart, making smart moves, because this is going to be ugly. This recession that we're in right now is going to be a whole lot different than 2008, where people had jobs. This is going to be crazy how most people haven't even seen yet how this is going to unfold. And the data always lags. And when I see that there's not a lot of job creations or job growth, I'm just like, oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad, because elections coming up, and elections always have consequences, right? So we will see if Biden makes it another year, or if he got recalled, like pulling away, and got Trump put back in because of it. So it is going to be really interesting to see, because if this economy is going to get worse and more people become jobless and they can't do it, it's going to be a referendum on Mr. Biden. And even though I don't really talk about politics, it's just what I see, that people, all these other issues, these political issues are all fine and great. But when it comes to your money and your family, and you can't make the house payment, you're getting foreclosed on, you can't make the car payment, you can't do any of that, you're going to be like, this is going in the wrong direction. And this doesn't even have to be one president in particular. It's just how the nature of the beast is. If there's unemployment and people don't have money, they're not liking it. And if people have money, they let you get away with stuff, because everybody's doing good. And then robberies are down, all kind of crazy stuff's down. That means that you're good as a president. But when unemployment's high and people are not making money and can't feed their family, you're no good. So super interested to see what's going to happen, because all these parks, all these people here, and everything's got to be maintained. And the budget is going to come from where? From corporations that already pay no taxes. These people, these common folks that play here, are unemployed, so they're not going to pay big taxes. So it's going to be really, really interesting seeing how this pans out when the bill is due, because it is about 5 before midnight, before the ball drops. And we don't know yet how this is going to all play out. And it's going to be really, really interesting, because all these layoffs, where are they going to go? Where are they going to go? They're going to go to small mom and pop shops that also had to downsize? No. They got severance, and they're just casually looking. And that's why there's employers that receive 1,000 applications for one job opening. So yeah, horrible. And we got to bring interest rates down so people can go back to work and figure something out. But yeah, this was it for this video. Let me know what you think about all this. I'm like not that optimistic about it as of right now. Hopefully that changes, and then we can make some good videos.